Bonjour tout le monde. Aujourd'hui, nous allons faire une introduction. So today we're going to do an introduce yourself in French. I put up a vocabulary cheat sheet in your learning modules under this lesson so that you can fill it in. And I also attached another video that you can watch so you can hear all these phrases over and over again. So remember, when you're learning a foreign language, it's important to keep in front of your mind that it takes at least 7 times for your brain to understand something. So you need to hear and see something 7 times before your brain is going to remember it. And if you're anything like me, you might need more than 7 times. So on y va, we're just going to do some review of vocab that is on this list. Et après, je vais expliquer que nous allons faire. So we have bonjour, salut, ça va, oui, ça va bien. So this would be an informal way to ask somebody how they are, and it literally could translate to how is it going. Ça va bien means it's going well. Pas mal, not bad. Comme ci, comme ça. Okay. Mal, not well. So remember also, this is just a small sampling of different ways that you can answer ça va. There's also fantastique, terrible. There's so many different ways. A small sampling. Remember, there's so many different ways to say thing. It's impossible to put everything in one textbook or one lesson. Okay, so goodbyes here. Au revoir. À bientôt. À tout l'heure. À demain. So see you tomorrow, see you soon, and goodbye. Je m'appelle. My name is. Comment vous appelez-vous? What is your name? So this is the formal way to ask somebody, and you would ask someone that you were not familiar with, a stranger. You would use it out of a sign of respect as well. If it's someone that you feel more comfortable, comment t'appelles-tu? What is your name? Which is the same exact thing. It's just situational. Je vous présente. I present to you. Again, that's the formal. Je te présente. I present to you is the informal. So let's just say I wanted to introduce you to someone. I'd say je te présente Marc. I present to you Mark. And they might say enchanté, which we would translate to nice to meet you. Just keep in mind, enchanté, if we translated it directly, it would be enchanted. And so what a beautiful way to say something to someone. But obviously, if someone said, oh, it's nice to meet you, and I said enchanted, it might be a little awkward. So it's interesting how things don't directly translate into our language. D'où viens-vous? D'où venez-vous? Where are you from? Tu viens d'où? Where do you come from? Again, so again, this is the same exact question. D'où venez-vous is where are you from, the formal. Tu viens d'où is the informal. So it doesn't matter, it's situational and you use it accordingly. And to answer this question, you could say je suis or je viens de. So I am or I am from. Je viens de. Quel âge avez-vous? This is the formal of how old are you? Quel âge as-tu? How old are you? Again, this is the informal. J'ai. So that means I am. It would translate to I am, but just keep in mind avoir means to have. So in foreign languages, especially in the Romance languages, they say, how many years do you have? And they say, I have 10 years. We say, how many years old are you? And we say, I am 10 years old. So just notice that cultural difference about how we translate it. Où habitez-vous? Où habites-tu? Just mind you, there's an accent missing here on the où, but keep in mind that means where do you live? One is the formal, this one is the informal. J'habite, J apostrophe H, H's are silent at the beginning. I live. Avez-vous des frères et sœurs? Do you have brothers or sisters? Est-ce que tu as des frères et sœurs? So again, this is the formal on the top, the informal in the middle, and that means do you have brothers or sisters? You would say j'ai un frère, j'ai deux sœurs. I have one brother, 2 sisters. If you are an only child, you would say un fils unique. Je suis un fils unique. I'm an only child. So these are all just kind of starters, right? Maybe this would not always be your conversation, but these are great places to start and starting to put things together. Quelle est votre date de naissance? When is your birthday? Quelle est ta date de naissance? Again, this is the informal way to ask that same question. Je suis né. So actually, this is the past tense. I was born. Je suis né le 11 août, right? So I was born August 11th. So they always do the number before the month. So these are different nationalités that you're going to hear in the video you watch, just so you can have a better idea of what they are. Russe is Russian. Hollandais is Dutch. Mexicain is Mexican. Canadien is Canadian. Suisse is Swiss. Espanol is Spanish. American, American. Give you a little time to catch up here. Français is French. Allemand is German. Danois is Danish. Australie is Australian. So I did a little quiz on your vocab with this sheet that we had. So that's what you're going to take on Connect. But also what you guys are going to do is kind of put together your own sentence so you can introduce yourself. Salut, and I'm going to have you guys do this on the discussion board, but what I wanted to give you was an example. And I don't, this is where you just have to go for it. I encourage you to make mistakes. The more mistakes you make, the easier it is going to be for you to learn. It takes a lot of courage to put yourself out there in a foreign language, and so you just have to be willing to take that risk and make mistakes. So here I have an example so you can follow it. You can put in your own or just write your own original one that fits more authentically to you. So salut, je m'appelle Brigitte. Hi, my name's Bridget. Je suis américaine et j'habite en Wilson. I am American and I live in Wilson, New York, mais je viens de Appleton, but I come from Appleton. So this would be like j'habite, if you were going to say I live someplace, but I'm originally from someplace else, right? Unfortunately, this is not a good example because I live 10 minutes away from where I grew up per se. Okay, on y va. Je suis né le 11 août. I was born the 11th of August. J'ai 42 ans. Ma famille est très jolie. My family is very fun and just great. J'ai deux sœurs et un frère. Je suis professeur de la langue étrangère à NTRIP. So I am a professor of foreign languages at NTRIP. And so here I'm missing my accent mark on très, so I made a mistake right in front of you, and that's okay because I encourage it. That's the best way to learn and to evolve and have that growth mindset. So hopefully this will help you guys with yours. I'm going to have you guys put your little paragraph at the end of the quiz that I made. So I will take time to correct it and put answers in the bottom so you can see what you can work on as well. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I am happy to help. Passez une bonne journée. Have a great day. Au revoir. Oh, wait, before I go, so there's another video that I posted in this, and it's called Easy French, faire une introduction, to do an introduction. So please watch that because this will make so much more sense. This is why we did all this vocabulary, is so that you could understand that video. On y va.